Oh, hello everyone. In this video, we wanted to show you how you can use Picos as a backend in your single page application. Here we have a simple rule set. It's called journal. And really, it's to model a journal. We have a way where you can add entries to your journal in this rule that we made right here. Basically, what it expects is a message, and then it creates the timestamp. And then it makes an entry object with the time and the message. And that entry object gets added into our entity variables entries, right? And entries is an array of these objects. So we also want a way to see our entries, right? So we have this query right here that will return our entries. And the reason we get in reverse order is because we want the most recent entry at the top. Right, this is just a simple Carol rule set. It models a journal, and we can even show you a little bit of how it works. If we go here to the testing tab, right, we've already made a hello world entry earlier. Or maybe we haven't. Okay, it's actually empty. So let's make an entry. There it is. So we made a new journal entry, and if we get our entries, the entry should be there. There it is. Okay, so when you want to use Picos as a backend, you don't want to expect users to just use this as the front end, right? You want to make a pretty front end, and that's where your single page application will come in. And Jace will show you how to connect your Pico engine to your spot page, right? How to make the queries, how to make entries using the single page application.
Awesome. So here is the front end that we developed. We just use React. So you can see through here, you can create an entry, submit it, and it adds it to your journal entries. And you'll notice every time we do that, if you come back here to the back end, you'll see it was added. So the way we're doing that is we're raising events and queries in the Pico engine through this React front end. And so there's kind of a lot going on here, but what I want to focus on is these Axios calls. So the first one is, you'll see it's an Axio post, and you'll notice that it follows the syntax for raising an event, the URL to raise an event. And you'll see that it raises that event in the Pico engine every time we want to create an entry. So the way Axios works is you'll do axios.post for a post or axios.get for a get. And on the post, the first parameter is a URL, which you can see how to build that URL by watching the earlier videos about events and queries. And then the second argument is it's a map. And this map will be turned into the body of the HTTP post. So when we put message text, you'll see when I look at this code, when it gets when the event's raised, it gets the attribute message. And you'll see that's the same message we're talking about here. And then text is the text that we typed in. And then after that, you'll notice that we do an HTTP GET. And this is because after we post something, we want it to show up here. And so we raise an event in the Pico engine, and then we call the get entries function to get the updated entity variable. And so again, it's just an axios.get, and then the only parameter that we're passing in is the URL of that query. And now doing this, we were able to make a front end that uses the Pico engine, a SPA that uses the Pico engine as a backend for our journaling app.